Okay. You are tuned in to Garden Grove Unified School District Athletics High School Football. I am David Mora, and this is Countdown to Kickoff Live here from Michael A. Mansour Memorial Stadium on the campus of Garden Grove High School. Joining me here is District Athletic Director Dave Mamelli.
Hello, everyone. Glad to be here.
And, of course, on camera we have Kaylin from Rancho, and we've got Vincent from Bolsa here on graphics. And we're going to get started by taking a look at this matchup here today. Los Amigos hosting Santiago High School, and let's take a closer look at these two schools. And we're going to help you out right there. Okay, now go ahead and give it a click-a-roo. There we go. Santiago High School led by head coach Doug Osvath. Coach Oz for short. Last year they finished 6-4. They had that big jumble in the middle of the Garden Grove League standings, 2-3. They were left out of the playoffs. Bolsa getting that nod, of course, breaking that long time streak. They do have 8 titles, but their last one wasn't in 2022. I forgot to upload that into it, but you know what? It happens. Their last playoff appearance was in 2019, maybe 2021. Actually, it was 2021. And you know what? We're going to take a break for the national anthem, and we'll be right back with you.
Pause on that. We actually have some singers tonight. I guess they're not quite ready.
So they're not quite ready as we're listening to the PA. So we'll get that right back up. So here we go. Of course, Santiago, no CIF title game appearances, 0 CIF championships. Los Amigos led by Coach Malo Guess. We've seen the Lobos. This is going to be the 5th time this season. Their 2022 record 8-3. Yeah, that's right. They had 11 games because they made the playoffs after finishing 4-1 in a tie for first place. And they are, if they win tonight, guaranteed at least a share of the league championship. And we're going to see if they're ready.
Looks like Los Amigos cheerleaders will be
Yeah, we're all set
tonight.
down there.
Yeah, so they're going to be singing the national anthem. We'll be with you in a bit.
All right, we are ready to go. Please rise for the singing of our national anthem.
Wonderful job there by the Los Amigos cheerleader on the national anthem. As we recentered this gimbal a little bit too much. We've got some special things going on. We'll talk about it a little bit later, but let's get back to taking a look at these two schools. Vincent, if you will. So here we go. We are on Los Amigos, led by Coach Malagues, of course, finished in first place last year. They have 8 league titles as well, their last one last year. Again, if they win tonight, you can change that number to 9 and that number to 2023, including that last playoff appearance. They have 1 CIF title game appearance way back in, I believe, 1981. I have to say, I've been saying it was Bob Johnson that led them. It wasn't, and it wasn't Coach Mahalik either, so it was some fabulous coach that was actually before both of those men. Don't know. Let's take a look at how these teams got their respective records. Go ahead and hit the schedule there. So here we go. Santiago comes into this game at 4-5, 1-3 in league. They beat Anaheim. They lost to Westminster, beat Savannah, lost to Estancia, beat Gabrielino. You notice the little trend there: win, loss, win, loss, win. Lost to Rancho 21-12, but that's where the streak kind of ended because they lost the next game to Bolsa Grande, and they lost to La Quinta 42-36, one of the highest scoring games in league. They won last week, bouncing back against Loera. That score a little bit weird, right, Dave? 14-3?
Yeah, I wouldn't have expected it to be that close, but again, you're looking at their losses, and they're all single-digit losses. So certainly a tough, close schedule that Santiago has played so far.
You know, one thing I noticed there with that Loera loss, they actually held Loera to 3 points, and Loera's been scoring on some of the other teams in the league, so that's got to say something about the Santiago defense. So, of course, they're here against Los Amigos tonight. Let's see how Los Amigos fared. They beat San Bernardino 28-27 in a very exciting on-campus game, their first on-campus game ever. Then they followed that up to a loss to University, but we have to note starting quarterback Mason Navarro went out after that first touchdown of the season and was out for a few games.
Among others as well, too.
Yeah. A slew of injuries hit the Lobos there in that early part of the season. They lost to University. They beat Cabrillo on a game that we covered live. Very exciting game.
Very exciting, yeah. Great ending.
Yep, Miss PAT is what gave them that victory. Then we covered them against Viewpoint. Injuries really caught up to them here against Viewpoint, their second on-campus game. 49-14, a loss I don't think any of us expected. They followed that up with a loss to Artesia. Again, the injuries got them there. But great news, the next week they were leading La Quinta with Mason Navarro kind of easing his way back into the game. Dave, you were here. How was that game?
Yeah, that was a great game. Again, Los Amigos took control of that game. Coming out of halftime, they were up 21-12, I believe, and then La Quinta came storming back in the fourth quarter, had 2 scores. They scored 16 points, 2 touchdowns, and 2 two-point conversions off of toss passes, nonetheless. But that was a great game. Again, another close game here in the Garden Grove League. That's what we've come to expect game in and game out this year.
Yep, that's right. Now, the following week, they bounced back with a big victory over Rancho, 13-12. Exciting game that we covered as well.
That was the Turnover Bowl. Yeah, a lot of turnovers by both teams combined in that game.
Yep, and that actually put Los Amigos in a very good spot where they are here tonight in control of their own destiny. If they win tonight, they get a share of that league title for the second year in a row. Now, they followed that up with a big win over Loera. And last week, it should say 46-14 victory over Bolsa Grande that we covered here. Unexpected, Dave. Largest deficit in a league game this year.
By far, yeah.
Yeah,
absolutely,
just incredible.
Far.
And, of course, they're here against Santiago. Now, this is not the only game that we have going on this week. Let's check out what's going on around the district. Vincent, if you will. Here we go. Tonight over at Bolsa Grande, Rancho Alamitos, Loera. That was a 6:30 start. Do we have an update?
It was a 6:30 start, and it is 14-0 Rancho already.
Kind of expected. Rancho wins. They claim at least a share of the league title themselves.
For the 6th year in a row.
For the 6th year in a row. You would think that's the most in history, but it's not. We'll get to that later. We've got a full night of Garden Grove League tidbits. It's the last week of Garden Grove League play. So we're going to bring you a little bit of facts and historical figures here tonight. Tomorrow night, full slate of games. Pacifica at Valencia. Dave has the Mariners winning that one. Valencia not looking as sharp as they've been in the past. Then, of course, tomorrow, live here, big game. The last time this game, Bolsa Grande against La Quinta, has been played this late with so much on the line, our 2 wonderful helpers weren't born. Dave, you and I were probably still in diapers.
Diapers, yeah.
1987. So that's going to be a big game, rivalry game. We'll cover that live. Tell people to tune in, and tell people to tune in tonight. It's going to be a great game here tonight. And here tomorrow night at Mansour Stadium, we've got Garden Grove taking on Catella.
Yeah, that should be an easy win there for Garden Grove. They're just in a different class than Catella this year.
So you know what? We've got the captains going on. We'll talk about this a little bit later on. And let's go. Lobos in the brand new orange jerseys, looking sharp out there. So let's get some of these numbers called out. Lobo captains, 87, Alejandro Carrillo, number 23, Pedro Hernandez, number 2, Mason Navarro, and number 13, Miguel Radia. Over there for the Cavaliers, number 79, Daniel Granados. He is indeed 6'4". We did the measurement test, and we got confirmation that those 5'3" players are indeed 5'3". Number 2, Elijah Grajalva. Then I'll get the other numbers in just a bit. Looks like number 7 there, Victor Garcia. And then it looks like maybe a lineman there. Mason's covering his first digit, and we'll try and get that for you. But the toss is in the air. Looks like Los Amigos has won the toss. They've deferred. Let's see what Santiago wants to do. That last captain, 26, Jared Cruz. So Los Amigos, there we go. Deferred. Let's see if the Cavaliers just give it right back to him. Nope, they'll receive, so they want the ball. So let's go ahead and let's take a look real quick at last week. In the Garden Grove League, there it is right there. Los Amigos 46, Bolsa 14. Rancho 21-14 over La Quinta. Big victory for Rancho. Created a three-way tie for first place. Of course, Santiago beating Loera. Pacifica, just another number on that Tustin win column.
Yeah, Tustin is the only team in Orange County that's undefeated going into Week 10, and they are certainly having a great year. And, again, they are in just a different class. They have a big game against Cypress tomorrow. Yep. But I would imagine Tustin's probably going to win that game.
Oh, yeah. Cypress, don't count out Cypress. Empire League can get funky a little bit sometimes. And over in the Big Four League, Garden Grove dropping a tough one to Segerstrom, taking themselves out of the race for that league championship. So we're going to go ahead and we'll talk about the rankings later on as the game goes. We've got the paper here. We've got both teams getting ready to come on the field. We're about a minute away here from game time. Let's get Vincent set up with his game time graphics. Here we go. So, yeah, exciting night here, Dave. We talk about there could be a three-way tie depending on what happens tomorrow. It wouldn't be the first time that Rancho, La Quinta, and Los Amigos tied for the league championship. It happened one time back in 1980.
Wow.
So, are we going to party like it's 1980 after tomorrow night, or is Bolsa going to make Rancho very happy, and is Los Amigos going to join the party here tonight? Because I believe Rancho is most likely going to run away with that Loera game.
Yeah, I would guess, especially the early start they had. And, again, I mean, given tonight this game and tomorrow Bolsa La Quinta, I know the sentiment is that, hey, Los Amigos should win tonight. But don't count out Santiago. Again, I think this has the potential to be a close game. I think Santiago could play spoilers. This is something we'll talk out throughout the night as well. But we have the potential with at-larges in CIF playoffs that all 7 of our schools are still in it, even if they are not a automatic qualifier. They can still apply for an at-large bid and still make the playoffs, and Santiago is certainly in that realm. Obviously, if they win tonight, they will be 5-5, which is a key criteria for entering into CIF playoffs as an at-large. So they have plenty to play for still, and I expect this will be a good game.
And you know what? This is a sort of a rivalry as well. Now, when Garden Grove was in the league, then you would have that Rancho Garden Grove matchup, La Quinta Bolsa, Santiago Los Amigos. They're kind of geographical, as you would say, rivals. A lot of these kids going to the same intermediate schools and kind of splitting off.
Yeah, we've talked about this a bunch over the weeks, but you know the rivalries have kind of died off a little bit in our district. These schools certainly have a rivalry. I'm not sure if it's alive and well in football. You may talk to some people that say that it is, but I can tell you one sport for sure where this rivalry is alive and well, and that is soccer.
Oh yeah.
These two schools do not like each other in soccer, and it tends to make for good physical, competitive games.
Back deep to receive for Santiago as Waldo Granados. And I can't get that number. It looks like maybe number, we'll figure it out a little bit later. And here we go. The kickoff is off. They're going to let that go. That's a live ball. Bounced at the 15, picked up at about the 16 by Oswaldo. Takes it all the way up to about the 33-yard line. So that's where Santiago is going to start their first drive of the game.
Yeah, keep an eye on that. We've seen Santiago a couple times, obviously, this year. And I will say one thing that they have done very well is kickoff returns. They've had a couple big ones throughout the year, so let's see if that plays a factor into tonight.
Santiago runs a mix of an offense. You're going to see a little bit of a flex kind of wing style offense, right, Dave?
Yeah. Yeah, so not quite a double wing, not quite a wing T, like you said, kind of a mixture of all kinds of stuff put together. And as you see here, they're coming out empty backfield.
Wow, so yeah, not expected here. Gonzalez takes a snap, drops back to pass. Deep pass on the first play, and that's going to be overthrown. Dangerous play with Miguel Radia back there, kind of just floating around. It's going to bring up second down here for the Cavaliers. Maybe the Cavaliers looking to catch Los Amigos off guard. I'm sure Coach Guess is not expecting Santiago to come out with an empty backfield.
Well, especially the first drive of the game, maybe even going in the second drive. A lot of times coaches script what they're going to run. It might be their first 10 or 15 plays just to kind of see how the defense reacts to it. So that might have been something they take their shot, but also, hey, how do they cover that? Is that something we want to come back to later on in the game?
4 wide receivers here for Gonzalez as he gets ready to take the snap. Hands the ball off. It's going to get maybe a 1 yard, if anything. That was number 6, Ruben Mendez.
Yeah, this is typically not a spot Santiago likes to be in. Really, any football team, they don't like to be in 3rd and long. You want to be in 3rd and manageable.
Again,
So,
Santiago shotgun.
coming out and empty again. Yeah, this is certainly not something we see from Santiago on
That's
a regular
overloaded
basis.
to the left side, too. 4 wide receivers. That pass complete to number 2, Elijah Grijalva. Still on his
First
feet,
down.
gets the first down. There you go.
Yeah, as you said, kind of overloaded there. I think they had a one-man advantage over on that. Got that extra blocker out there and was able to weave in and out for a first down.
Last week, Los Amigos kind of winning the battle up front, even though, when they played Rancho, that's something to keep an eye out. Santiago's got a sizable line themselves. Again, if you're watching, let everyone know that we got some good football here on Garden Grove Unified School District Athletics. Another pass there. Complete again, this time to number 4, Oswaldo Granados. He's still on his feet at the 40 and gets pushed out of bounds at about the 37-yard line, but we got a flag on the play. Looks like maybe a helmet-to-helmet kind of deal, Dave.
I'm not sure. They might have called something late out of bounds there. Let's see.
Nevertheless, that's a first down there for the Cavaliers, who are having no trouble moving the ball through the air early on. Los Amigos, of course, in these brand new duds. First time that we've seen them in orange. It's probably the first time they've wore orange since the 1960s or 70s, or the 70s because they weren't open in the 60s. But the rich get richer here as Santiago is going to get a few more extra yards.
Yeah, this color scheme is in a couple high schools throughout Orange County. Obviously Los Amigos, you have Huntington Beach, you have Orange High School as well. Typically, they try to go black as much as they can with some orange accents. But
I like it, though.
It's tonight.
It's a good change. In the 80s, they had orange helmets. So,
we're coming up on Halloween this next week, and they're dressed for it already tonight.
They've got their playoff outfits ready, is the way I look at it. They've got decals on the helmets.
Speaking of that, we'll show you some Halloween festivities going on here at Garden Grove High School.
Yeah, next time we get a little break, baseball team out there having their Halloween scrimmage. So here we go, ball at the Los Amigos 31-yard line. Santiago again, shotgun formation, 4 wide receivers here for Gonzalez. Fakes the handoff, rolls out to his left, has a man wide open right there. That's
Great
caught.
catch.
Big man catch right there.
Yeah.
That one caught by number 88, Larry Bravo.
Yeah, Santiago certainly out with the purpose right now that they are running the spread offense. They are empty backfield a lot, rolling out, passing, and it is working for them so far. So much so that Coach Melo Guess is now taking a timeout. They got to talk this over.
So let's see, Kaylin, if we can zoom onto the baseball field over there and get some of these costumes.
So we got our Garden Grove baseball team here under the lights.
Under the lights, looking good. I love how our schools are, turning the lights on for our broadcast. Yeah. Got a young man riding a goose out there.
Yeah.
Kaylin likes birds, and look, there's one right there, Kaylin.
Yeah, what's that out in right field there? Is that a Lobo? Kind of looks like
it. Looks
one.
like it might be. It looks like it's got a tail. Getting back to action here as we're coming out of this timeout again. Santiago, first down.
Good to see that again with the lights being used. I just saw softball was turned off now, so the softball team was out there getting a
little workout,
little later practice, and they're done now, so lights came off.
3rd and 2 here for the Cavaliers. Again, shotgun formation, spread out wide. Gonzalez getting ready to take the snap. Again to Bravo. He's going to get the first down and carry a few Lobos with him. He's a hard man to take down.
Yeah, Los Amigos has not done well so far in this drive of tackling on first contact. They've had a couple broken tackles. Santiago has. Dragging defenders, which is what they want. If Los wants to win this game, they got to shore that up.
Ball now at the Lobos 7-yard line. Santiago really moving the ball with ease right now and through the air, something that we probably wouldn't have expected coming into this game.
No.
Gonzalez again in shotgun formation.
Nice wide split by the tight end here.
Fakes the handoff, keeps it himself. He's going to get taken down at about the 5-yard line.
Keeper on the quarterback, Gonzalez. Gain of 1 yard, 2nd and goal.
You have to think who's coming into this game with more pressure here, Dave, Santiago or Los Amigos?
Oh, absolutely Los Amigos. And I wouldn't call this a trap game, but again, I think the prevailing sentiment of most people is, hey, Los Amigos is going to win. They're going to win pretty easily here. And I don't see that happening, and we're seeing that play out now. I do think this is going to be a close game. This is the Garden Grove League, after all. Yeah. And again, Santiago is a good football team. They are not a bad football team. They can absolutely win this game, and they're coming out with a statement on the opening drive.
Under center for the first time here tonight.
Yeah, that's the Santiago we've come to know on offense.
A lot of misdirection.
Throughout the years, yeah. I like it though from Coach Oz having a mix out here. It's obviously thrown off Los on this first drive.
You got to love it. It's working beautifully. You know, their first possession, they're this deep in Lobo territory.
Yeah, big third down here. I imagine this is going to be a 4-down red zone trip anyways.
So, yeah, Los Amigos with two of the bigger wins in the league against Bolsa and Loera. You know, you would hope they don't come out here and think that's going to be the norm when most of the games have been really close. As Gonzalez rolls out to his right, gets rid of that ball. Intercepted.
Wow.
Intercepted there by guess who? Number 43, Rocco Rivera. Yeah, and they might call it incomplete. No, they're giving it to him. It's going to be a touchback.
Yeah. Yeah, that's something as a quarterback you never want to do. It always ends bad when you're throwing back across your body. So quarterback was rolling out to the right, threw back to his left as he was rolling.
And it looked like he had a hand on the back of his jersey, so maybe not able to get the full range of motion on that pass.
Huge momentum breaker, obviously, for Santiago, and momentum change for Los Amigos here. Again, if you're the Cavaliers, though, you can't be dejected at this. Your defense has got to come out, play well, get the ball back for your offense. Let's see what the Lobos do. If you recall last week, Los Amigos, I believe, was down 7-0, right? To Bolsa Grande.
They got down early
and came back and scored what seemed to be almost every possession.
Yeah. They traded scores there for the first 4 scores, and Los Amigos just kind of went away with it. That pass there by Navarro complete to number 11.
A great job by Mason there finding the window on that slant.
That's Chris Flores on the reception.
That's, again, as we've mentioned, that's what Los Amigos was missing during those early season losses, was the ability to have a on-the-money pass that was thrown.
You know, if you see them rushing up to the line, they got trips right there. Navarro gets rid of it. That's going to be complete again. This time to Radia. Radia not able to get away from that beautiful tackle, though. It's going to bring up second down. They're giving them some nice forward progress on that one, though.
Yeah, as you've mentioned earlier, you know, I've been really impressed with the Lobos throughout the season on their blocking, not just with their up front, with their linemen, but also their wide receivers. You can see that case in point there. Their receivers are always blocking, always working.
Empty backfield here for Navarro. 5 wide receivers. Got a flag on the play.
Should bring up about 2nd and 1, less than 1.
You know, I don't know about you, Dave, but for some reason that orange makes these players look even bigger than they probably really are.
Yeah.
It might be that these are more fitted than their last set, so it looks like.
Yeah, sometimes the black helmets can give you kind of that illusion as well, too.
Yeah. Again, 5 wide receivers for Navarro getting ready to take the snap. Drops back, looks to his left. Out of the hands of number 30. Isaac Galindo on that reception. 5'3". 5'3".
Well, Galindo, we've mentioned multiple times on this broadcast, he is a speedster, a burning speed, where yeah, if he gets the ball, you better watch out. He could take it to the house on any time he touches the ball.
That's where not all people who are 5'3" are made equal, Dave, because he could probably beat me in a race and just probably lap me 5 times.
Here comes quarterback sneak. There we go. That is, again, something Mason Navarro has done a lot since he's returned.
And, you know, we saw them against Rancho doing that on, like, 1st and 10. It's going to be a first down. So, yeah, the one thing we noticed last week, Bolsa and Los traded haymakers early before Los Amigos were just able to wear them down. Lobos hoping to get on the board first here. They're doing a good job of driving after getting that interception in the end zone. Navarro pitches it out. Still on his feet. That's number 23 on the carry, Pedro Hernandez, who had a very big game last week.
Quick update from our other game going on. Rancho is now up 21-0, so they are well on their way to securing their 6th, or at least a share of their 6th league title.
So that's going to be the 6th in a row, right?
6 in a row, yes.
6 in a row, and that seems really impressive until you stop and you think of Garden Grove's dominance from 2000. Let's see, I have it down here.
About 2012.
2012 to 2017.
Well, then they took a year off, and then they kept going, I think.
Well, they took a year off in 2011. So they won in 2009, 10. They finished 2nd in 11, and then from 2012 to 2017, they didn't lose a league game.
Yeah. Oh, you're talking the Garden Grove League.
Garden Grove League, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, and they continued that dominance into their Big Four.
I'm going to bring that up a little bit later as we talk about the Garden Grove League historically. Once we get a break in the action, I've pulled up some very interesting things here. 4 wide receivers here for the Lobos. Navarro takes a snap, fakes a handoff, keeps it himself to the right side. He's got some room still on his feet here at the 30.
Yeah, again, great job there. That quarterback counter, we mentioned the Lobo line. Great job there opening up the holes on that pole. And Mason just finding the inside seam there and able to gain a big chunk of yards.
Yeah, so Garden Grove rattled off 30 straight league wins from 2012 to 2017, something that the Pacifica teams of the 70s couldn't do. And they actually won 9 out of the 10 league championships in the 70s.
Yeah, that was a big stretch for them.
Single back formation here for Navarro, 4 wide receivers. Galindo in motion. Hand off to Galindo to the right side. Gets a nice little gain on that play. It's going to bring up 2nd down. We lost signal on our camera, so we're going to try and figure out what happened here. So stay with us. We're still here. We're still here with you. It's like the radio now.
We can make it a radio broadcast.
We'll make it a radio broadcast. Yeah. And it's saying battery exhausted, even though the battery is in there. But we've got batteries here, so we're going to get that plugged in as soon as I find my batteries. Dave, you want to describe the action for the people here?
Yeah, so I think we got Galindo here. Coming off on a run. We got about a 3rd and 2 upcoming for the Lobos. So looking out, we got Lobos coming out in an empty backfield. Only Mason Navarro in the backfield here. Again, 3rd and 2. Mason's coming up. Looks like another quarterback sneak. That's what it is. But we have a false start. So false start, that's going to back the Lobos up 5 yards. It's going to put them about 3rd and 7.
There we go.
Always be prepared, right?
Always. You have to prepare. You know what? Last year, I would have been nervous and freaking out. But this year, a little bit. It helps that it's the 10th week.
Yeah, we get better each week.
There we go. If we were, perfection would have came next week, but we cannot broadcast. So you are tuned in to Garden Grove Unified School District Athletics High School Football here on YouTube. David Mora here alongside Dave Mameli, District Athletic Director. Looks like we've got a penalty here.
Yeah, you know, we see this. This is kind of inexcusable, Week 10. And we saw it last week, too, a number of times with La Quinta doing it as well against Rancho. But that hard count, they have got to understand that you can't do that. You can't give free yards, especially in a game that's going to be close like this. That 5 yards is a big deal. Los for the third down in a row here is going to come out empty backfield, though. Plays come in.
Navarro passes the ball. It's going to be complete. Chris Flores on the reception. Still driving. Still got it. I mean, it's going to take me all game to get used to these orange jerseys. It's first and goal there for the Lobos. So we talked about, you know, if La Quinta and Los Amigos win here tonight along with Rancho, have a three-way tie. There have been, and I did the math here, 11 ties for the league championship in the history of the Garden Grove.
Three-way ties or just
They're
total?
just ties in general.
Oh, that seems low to me.
There's been, you know, yeah, so unless the Orange County football book was wrong, so there actually, there's 11 ties. There's been 5 two-way ties, 5 three-way ties, and 1 four-way tie back in 1973. Dave, can you name the team with the most ties in Garden Grove League history? Most shared titles.
Most shared titles in
That's going to be offside. So
Garden Grove League history?
Yeah.
Well, I would have to say that is probably, you know, I'll go with the simple answer right in front of me. I'll go with Rancho.
You know what? Close. Rancho, 5, along with La Quinta. Oh no, Rancho and Santiago have shared the title 5 times each. Pacifica, 6 times.
6?
6. All those ties, all those league titles in the 70s, there were a lot of splits in there.
Yeah.
Like three splits. Lobos still with goal to go situation, 2nd and 8 here. Galindo in motion. Navarro keeps it himself to the right side. Just runs into a pile.
Well, as we are fighting here towards the end of the first quarter, 0-0, Rancho has scored again, and it's 28-0 over Loera.
Yeah, Rancho is not going to be denied. They want the end of, they want that last league title. They got the first one, and they're going to claim at least a share of this last one.
Well, they're in the same situation that Los Amigos is in. Everyone expects them to beat Loera, and they certainly have come out proving they're ready to do so. They weren't overlooking this game. It's not a trap game for them. So, again, a little premature here, but congratulations to Rancho on at least a good start to the game.
Yeah, at the very least that. Navarro drops back to pass. He's going to get sacked.
Yeah, interesting for Coach Guess here. What's going to happen? Are they going to go for it here on about the 9-yard line on a 4th and goal?
You know, they do have a field goal kicker.
Points. Yeah, I might take the points here. Points might be at a premium. This might be the type of game where it is low scoring.
You know, this is the same coach that went for 2 after their second touchdown, or after their third touchdown, kind of anticipating a low-scoring game, and it looks like they might be getting the field goal team out there.
Yeah, he'll have time to think about it. We're not going to get this play off before the end of the quarter here.
All right, so it's going to bring us to the end of the first quarter. We're all knotted up here at Michael A. Mansour Memorial Stadium. Los Amigos 0, Santiago 0. Now, I mentioned earlier, you mentioned Garden Grove winning the Big Four title their first year out. There have been a few occasions where teams have left the league, right? Pacifica left in 1981.
Yeah, that's right. The first time, yeah.
And they won the Empire League title. When Kennedy left in 1994,
and they won, yeah.
They won the league title. When Pacifica left in 2006, they won the league title. So
was
at least
was that a shared with Cypress?
That was
year?
all of those Empire League titles were shared.
Yeah.
But it just goes to show that a lot of people over the years have kind of knocked the Garden Grove League.
Well, yeah, and the reason why Pacifica left and why Garden Grove left the leagues was mainly because of football, because there was dominance in football, and football is such a physical sport that that's what you worry about. Is when a team gets too dominant, you got to get them out. That is now fixed with our re-leaguing, which we'll talk about throughout the night as well. where now we have football-only leagues.
Yeah.
And so your school can be independent of your football team, which will certainly help with releaguing. But releaguing, we just had Monday.
Yeah.
We just went again, and the same proposal that passed originally passed again.
The Kennedy, is that the Kennedy proposal?
Yeah, it was the Golden West one before, but it was the same proposal where we have our 15-team conferences for all 7 of our schools are in 3 different 15-league conferences. Same thing we've talked about in previous broadcasts. Well, as we see here, the result of this field goal.
It's going to be good.
It is, yes.
And the field goal is good.
The field goal by the Lobos is good.
So Los Amigos is going to take a 3-0 lead here. We get to use our very rarely used field goal animation. But there it is.
Yeah, I think that's the right call by Coach Guess. Again, my prediction is this might be a low-scoring game, and so points might be at a premium, so take them when you can get them. There we go, special guest coming in.
Wow, we
The
didn't.
master.
You know, I like how he's just. We don't even have to tell him to show up. He feels it.
You know, I was talking with Mr. Nurk at Releaguing. We got Todd Nurk here, the principal for Los Amigos, and I was talking to him at Releaguing about how good he is as
As an announcer.
as a broadcaster. He has set the bar way high for the principals in our
Well, you know what?
district.
We finally get another person that can compliment your football IQ up here. Other than me, I'm just up here with.
Come on, I'm not even
I'm up
close
here with
to that.
I'm up here with Jeopardy information.
Yeah.
Look at this! They pitched it back.
No, that was a squib.
Was it?
Squib.
Oh, it looked
Yeah,
like
yeah.
he pitched it back. That's my fault. That was received there by. Let me get my roster here. I have it, number 6. That's Ruben Mendez. So Mr. Nurk,
Yes.
friend of the broadcast.
Well, good to be up here. You know, it was kind of been a busy night. We got a big crowd out there tonight,
Yeah.
and we had a flood of fans coming at the gate. You know, right at around 6:55, 7 o'clock. So we're out there helping with ticket sales, doing what it takes, and we're trying to get the fans in so they don't miss any of this game.
I have one question. Where's the Lobo? No
Well,
Lobo tonight? Studying? Lobo's studying tonight?
You know what? We're in the process of creating a new Lobo. You know, you got to
we go.
upgrade sometimes.
You do.
Right? You can't stay with the old suit all the time. So, you know, we're checking the finances, and we're going to try to figure out a way to
There we go. That's
upgrade.
a deep pass.
Oh,
Heavily contested again. I would not throw to Miguel Radia's way.
well, that's the second opening play of the drive for Santiago, where they've gone
Taking-
deep
yeah,
on the
they've taken
first,
a shot,
first
yeah.
play. Yeah.
Now, I'm sure you guys have talked about our uniforms out there tonight, right?
Yeah, it's going to take a while for me to get used to it. I was telling Dave, the guys look even bigger in the orange. For some reason, it makes them look a little bit more jacked.
I think bigger, I think faster,
Yeah.
and, you know, maybe we're playing like that tonight a little bit. You know, we kind of look like a little bit like Oregon State out there, right?
Yeah.
That's a good Pac-12 team out there. So we're
You got the
we're liking that
decals?
look for
Yeah.
sure. The coaches wanted to do something special and found a way to make this happen. A little mixing and matching, and yeah, I think it's a really nice look here on senior night.
Gonzalez gets rid of that one. That's picked off
off.
again there, this time by number 6, Jacob Delgado Aguilar. So back-to-back possessions, interceptions.
Yeah, chance for a big momentum shift here. The Lobos can punch this in and make it 10-0.
So-
That'll be a big jump.
I know
you guys will have to give me kind of a recap of what's happened. I really haven't seen any of the game flow yet. How's it looking? How are we moving the ball?
So we'll start with the first drive. Santiago did a great job of getting the ball down the field through the air. Ended up throwing an interception there in the end zone. And Los Amigos, you know, a good steady mix of Mason Navarro and a few passes and runs. And Santiago did a good job there in the red zone, though.
Yeah, both teams very balanced so far in their run-pass calls, and both teams have had success driving down on their first drives. But the difference has been those 2 interceptions.
And that's a big shot there by Navarro. He's underthrown. Miguel Radia, the intended receiver.
Yeah, again, we've seen Los Amigos with this. We talked about this before the Rancho game, where there was, I think, 8 turnovers between the 2 teams. So Los Amigos has certainly been able to take advantage of that throughout the season. And we'll see if these two big interceptions can lead to some points here.
Second down here for the Lobos from the Cavalier 37-yard line. That one's going to be blown dead almost immediately.
Yeah,
False start on the offense.
So I'm going to guess, be a prognosticator here, that Los Amigos is going to do a hard count
Try and get
on
that
this
back.
series it down and see if they can get it back. And let's see if Santiago can not fall into that trap.
Seems like they try to save that a lot of times for the 3rd and short.
Yep.
Right? 3rd and less than 5, where it's going to give you a first.
Or even,
down.
yeah, we saw it already today on a 3rd and 7. They did it to
Did they?
get to a 3rd and short. Yeah.
Looks like they got that back and a few yards more.
So, David, we know the importance of this game, obviously, with the
Or
win.
they didn't get it back,
Los
actually.
Amigos has a chance to at the very worst, tie for first place here in the Garden Grove League, depending on what happens with Rancho and Loera.
Yeah, we've been providing updates. Rancho is up 28-0 on Loera
that's
already.
it.
Okay. Well, you know, you never know.
You never know. Yeah.
You never know.
So,
It's early still.
but yeah, certainly, as you mentioned, still sharing a league title, you
Sure.
know, at 4-1.
Oh yeah, no problem with that at all.
Navarro takes a shot deep here.
Oh,
Intercepted. That one picked off by Juan Valadez. He's still on his feet at the 25. We got a flag on the play, though. That's after the interception. He's going to be taken down at about the 34-yard line.
I think this is going to go against Los Amigos, so I think they're going to tack on another 15 on here.
Yeah, it looked like the whiteout on that side
Yeah.
actually.
He's
you
waving.
don't-
he's waving it off.
Waving it off, yeah. So I think the referee got confused there that it might have been a blindside block, but realized that it was the wrong side that was committing that. But anyways, Mr. Nurk, continue with your thought that you were talking about before, that interception.
Well, what I was going to say is if I don't want to jump ahead. It's obviously a very tight game here. We got a lot of game to play here, but if we do end up in a tie for first, tell me how that works with CIF seeding and who's the winner of the division when it comes to playoff seeding and playoff structure in the playoffs.
Yeah, so the way that playoffs are now, it doesn't matter. So it used to matter who was number 1, who was number 2, who was number 3, because that determined your home games for the first round. Now it doesn't matter. Now it just matters who's the higher seed in the division. And so what they'll another
Fumble.
turnover. Oh my
That's going to be
goodness.
Los Amigos football. He's still on his feet, gets dinking down at about the 16-yard line.
This is Rancho Los
Rancho
Amigos
yeah.
2.0. My goodness.
Yeah, wow. Talk about snatching that momentum right back.
Yeah, this is the turnovers are obviously going to be a big part of this game, as we're seeing so far. But to go back to the point that I was saying, so playoff divisions are not determined until the end of the season, so we don't know which division they're going to be in. We'll know all of that on this Sunday. But whatever division you're in, they will rank teams 1 through 16 based on your Cal Preps rating. So if you are in the top half of that 16-team bracket, you have a home game.
I see.
If you're in the bottom half, you have an away game. So I was mentioning to David Mora about this earlier today, but all 7 of our schools, if they don't get an automatic qualifier, are applying for an at-large bid. So it is conceivable that all 7 of our schools get in. It's not likely, but it's a possibility that all 7 could get in, and it's also a possibility that all 7 could get home games if they're all ranked in the top 8 of their division.
And interesting to note, you could have an at-large team hosting a first-place team.
Correct.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, you could have a league champion that is away on the road, and you could have a potential 3-7 team that gets an at-large that has a home game.
Which will probably happen with like the Santa Margaritas and the,
Right.
the Olus of the world.
Yeah, again, I don't think that we're going to get 7 teams in, but we'll see what that final number ends up shaking out to. You just don't know until they determine the playoffs. And again, the big decision left for CIF is determining the number 1 division. So Division 1,
Right.
is that going to be 8 teams?
Or
Is it going
12,
to be 10 teams or 12
yeah.
teams? And then that obviously has a ripple effect going down for the other divisions.
Now, my hope is all 7 make it. All 7 have home games.
Yes.
We've got a 10 o'clock game on Saturday, and it's Pop Warner days all over again.
And are you going to broadcast all now? No, now
I
during
can't.
CIF
Yes,
you
they won't
can't,
let me.
right?
But you know what? I would have to go to it if there's a 10 o'clock game. I will go.
Yeah.
That's that. When you get early games on a Saturday like that.
Yeah, we can't broadcast, but we might have some nice highlight video afterwards.
Yeah, we might have to have something. Here we go as we get play resumed here. No,
Yeah, this
timeout,
is,
Santiago.
again, a little disheartening for Santiago that, again, so far they've done enough to be in this game. Obviously, it's only 3-0, but every time they seem to get something going, there's a turnover. Even on this last one, they just got a big turnover. They're coming up. They're around midfield, and the first or second play, they give it right back. And so this is something they can't afford to do that to win. Getting some commentary from some of our newspaper reporters that are here tonight, so that's good. We got two
and
separate,
shout out,
two separate publications that are covering our game tonight. So the Register
I
and the Daily Pilot.
I think we will. David Delgado. We said last week, hey, come on down next week,
Yeah.
right? And he's here tonight covering this game. This, of course, Los Amigos win. They get a league title here.
And now you guys are doing the game tomorrow night as well.
Doing the
is that
game
right?
tomorrow. We up. I'm a glutton for punishment. I'm going to haul this equipment right down these bleachers. Haul them right back up at Bolsa.
Yeah.
I have, in the La Quinta Bolsa game special, Mr. Nerf, it hasn't had this much meaning since 1987, where you've got both teams vying for a playoff spot, La Quinta vying for a league championship, a rivalry game on top of that. So it's a no-brainer. I think we've talked about that one's circled on our calendar every year.
Yeah. I will say we've seen less folks on crutches in the quad these days, and you probably see more and more of our players coming back. We're still missing Adrian Ramirez, fantastic wide receiver. But right now, Chris Flores is back, and the Lobos are we're as healthy as we've been since the start of the year.
It's going to be a flag on the play. Let's see who it's going to be called on. False start. Looks like it's going to be on the Lobos.
Speaking about the Rancho game as well, just got a text from Coach Enright, so he's excited to let me know that they are up 28-0 at the half as well. So
I'll tell you how I know he's excited, Dave. He's looking at his phone at halftime.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe that's a sign of confidence right there.
A little bit. I know Mr. Nurk is hoping that's going to come and bite him.
Yeah, I'm sure it will. I'm sure it will.
Looks like, it seems like play has slowed down a lot here in the last few minutes or so. Only ran about less than 3 minutes off the clock here in the second quarter. Navarro drops back to pass over to Radia. Oh, beautiful block, but Radia got ate up by the turf monster.
Yeah, I think that was close to a block in the back there.
I'm an old school guy, Dave. I look good to me.
Well, I am a very old school guy. It's
but it's all about safety.
I was going to say, it's hard for me to watch pro games or college games now because the game is so different. But yeah, safety first.
Safety
right?
first.
Yeah.
We're evolving. We're evolving.
Hey, Santiago has done a good job here against Los Amigos. The last 3 possessions, really, where Los seem to have something going. And Santiago gets them in a 3rd and 12, 3rd and 13, 3rd and 15.
Defense really doing a good job of kind of extending these drives in the best way possible.
That's where we are here. They got to hurry up so they don't get a delay a game. They got 3 seconds, 2.
And we got a timeout.
False start.
Oh, false start. Wow.
So they're going to back them up here. This is going to be about a 3rd and 16 or 17.
And I think now if they don't get anything on this play, that's 4 down territory. I know you've got a field goal kicker, but I don't know if you trust him from that far out.
Yeah, depending on what happens here, I don't know if I were Los, if I would go for this. I think value might be, given the way the game's gone, try to pin them inside that 5-yard line. That might be their best course of action, but let's see how this 3rd and long plays out.
Navarro drops back to pass.
Ooh,
he's going to get taken down. So big stop here by the Cavaliers.
Yeah, if I'm Coach Mello here, I punt. I punt and try to pin Santiago inside that 5-yard line.
Yeah, I agree with you. This is a tough situation. Your probability of making this 4th and long is really tough.
And it looks like he's gonna go. He's gonna gamble on this one. He's gonna go for it.
Well, especially, you know,
Not necessarily. You've seen him punt.
Oh, the
out
little
of
punt,
short
that little
formation.
run out punt.
yeah.
But,
Well,
I mean, it is on the 28, so maybe you take a shot.
you can make the argument, if you're Coach Mello too, you can make the argument and say, hey, my defense has gotten turnover after turnover after turnover. I'm okay with them starting at the 30-yard line instead of the 5-yard line.
And I think for Santiago, this is a victory if they can get a stop here. As Navarro drops back to pass.
Screen.
Dumps it over, and nope, incomplete.
Yeah, so great stand there by Santiago. Again, I am very impressed with the Cavaliers tonight. Things have not gone their way in the turnover department, and they have bent a little bit but have not broken. And if I'm Coach Oz, I'm extremely happy the way the game has gone, that I'm only down 3-0 now with the chance to go down and take the lead.
Got 7 minutes and 43 seconds left to go here. Garden Grove Unified School District Athletics High School Football. We can call this championship week with 3 of our teams vying for a league title. All 3 could get it with victories. Rancho looks like they're well on their way at halftime over there, up 28-0, right, Dave, on Loera?
Yes, 28-0 at the half.
Lobos up 3-0 here.
Yeah.
A nice little run here by the Cavaliers. That's number 4, Oswaldo Granados.
I mentioned this
Rumbling his way down.
I mentioned this on the previous drive, but Los has got to shore up that tackling. They can't miss tackles and be driven off.
It's a big run there by the Cavaliers. And they're on the right side of the 50 here. Again, share this stream out. Let people know we got some good football going on. Tell your neighbors, your cousins, your dog groomer, your veterinarian, your mailman. Unless your mailman is like ours and he takes our mail to our door because we don't get it out of our mailbox. Here we go, Cavaliers now, single back formation. Gonzalez getting ready to take the snap. Looks to his right, pump fakes again, rolls out. Oh, a little dangerous here, but lets that one go, and he's just gonna throw that one out of bounds.
So this is my first time seeing Santiago, and I've really only seen a few plays since I came up to the booth here, but definitely a throw-first team, it looks like.
Well,
to me.
Not usually.
No, usually they're a very run-heavy team. So from the start, me and Dave were kind of
This
looking.
this is unusual.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you got Coach Osvath. I know Mr. Osvath out there at Santiago. Great coach, great teacher over there. And so, yeah, you know, he's going to do what he thinks puts his team in the best shape to win. And he's certainly putting it up in the air since I've seen here at the second quarter.
And I like it, still sticking with it. Instead of just shying away, he's going to stick to his game plan. As he empties the backfield here, 4 wide receivers on that right side. Gonzalez drops back to pass, lets that one go down the left side.
Oh, great catch.
And that's going to be
Great
caught.
catch. 1 foot in high school, and he got it down.
Granados on the reception. Big play there by the Cavaliers.
I don't know if this was college. I might be looking to throw a pro. I might be looking to throw that red flag out there.
Yeah.
Well, 100%.
So again,
when you take a shot on a long play like that on the replay, but that was a great catch. Great. I mean, what a great.
Well, lucky
throw,
thing for these referees, we didn't get a good angle on that. So
well, I had it, and I'm saying that's a catch. So again, high school, college, you only need 1 foot down. You know, you get to the pros, you got to have 2 feet. That's not a catch in the NFL, but in high school, great job by Granados.
Beautiful penetration there by the Los Amigos defensive line. They almost got that handoff first. It's going to bring up second down in about 15, 16 here.
Yeah, this has kind of been the problem with Santiago tonight, is they take 1 step forward and then 1 step back, and they're not able to get any traction going. But so far, both defenses have come up clutch. Let's see if Los can come out here on a 2nd and 16. See if they can come out and keep the Cavaliers out of the end zone.
4 wide receivers here for Gonzalez. Takes a snap, drops back to pass.
Breakdown.
Eludes one tackle, can't get away from the second man, though. That's going to be another big loss.
Wow.
Again, Dave, you said it. They just seem to go forward and then all of a sudden just kind of take some steps back, and that's another big step back. It's going to be 3rd and about 38.
Yeah, I don't know what you do here if you're Coach Oz.
3rd and 30. The math is
Yeah,
off.
this is a hard job as a play caller here. Try to figure out what to do on this 3rd and 30.
Clock running here, 5 minutes and 20 seconds left to go here in the second quarter. Los Amigos holding on to a 3-0 lead. 3rd and 30 here for the Cavaliers. Gonzalez, quick pass over to the right side, looking probably just to pick up any kind of yards. He gets
tackle.
nothing. Swarmed by a host of Los Amigos Lobos.
Credit to the Lobos. I've been calling out their tackling so far in this game and on this series especially. They have seemed to shore that up. That was a great tackle there.
It's going to bring up 4th down. 4th and 29. So let's see what Coach Oz does here.
Looks like we have soccer just got down in that backfield there. Lights shut off.
Yeah, you got baseball was playing over here.
Did you see Mr. Nurk? Yeah, we were talking about Coach Cepeda's got him out there in their Halloween costumes. They got their Halloween game going.
Does he really?
Santiago going for it here. They've emptied that backfield out.
It here, isn't he?
I don't know. Maybe try to see if they can. Nope, he's going to call timeout.
Timeout. Yeah, you got to kick it here if you're Santiago.
Yeah, that's
yards have been tough to come by tonight from what I've seen, so it would seem to be the play to make.
You know, we've been talking a lot last year of the Garden Grove League. So it's going to be next year is going to be the first time since 1970 that Los La Quinta, Bolsa, Santiago, and Rancho will not be in the same league. Garden Grove League has had one of the most the longest continuous run with a solid group of teams in Orange County history. I guess it's all good though, right? For competitive equity, got to change. We talked about it earlier. We can't stay stuck in the old school ways.
Yeah, you know, the releaguing process. You know, I like the way it does bring equity. I think to that. You know, and I think it's going to be neat to see how this 15-team conference works. You know, there's flexibility to it. There's adjustments to make sure you get that parity and make sure you get that equity in there, competitive equity. And so, you know, something that we're excited to see. You know, we may not be playing our neighbors quite as often, depending on how things break down in different sports. But looking forward to seeing other schools in action too.
I think that's the big part. Is now you're going to experience other schools and see other. You know, other fan bases and how things are, you know, how they go, and kids are going to be able to go to different areas and different gymnasiums, different fields to kind of experience that. Gonzalez drops back to pass. He lets go that one deep to the right side. Oh, it looks like he pushed him off, and doesn't matter though.
Almost a catch, yeah.
Incomplete. That one intended for number 4, Oswaldo Granados, since it's going to be turnover on downs.
Might have been the kind of thing there where Osvath was looking to put it up, maybe make a play, but maybe hope that we picked it off down there.
Yeah.
And, you know, I'm glad we didn't. That would have put us on the 4-yard line, but, you know, instead we'll take it off.
You know, that's not a bad thing to do, is just to throw it up. If it's incomplete, it's incomplete. If it's picked off, you know, you
like
can
punt,
get them down, yeah.
Right.
Again, there's two things that can happen there that are good for you as the offense. Again, an interception is actually like a punt, or you could get a pass interference, which a pass interference would continue
be
to drive,
automatic
obviously.
first down, yeah.
And I'll tell you, it's hard for a defensive back out there with that ball in the air. He's looking to make a play on it. Unless he's really thought about it ahead of time, it's hard to not catch that ball if you got a play on it. So,
well, especially the hardest thing for a defender is when the ball's underthrown. The way the rules are, the offense is rewarded for an underthrown ball.
Yeah, true.
Los Amigos coming out in I formation that time, pitching that ball to the left side.
Well, guys, I think I'm going to need to take off. We got senior night down there at halftime. I want to kind of make our way down there and check it out. We got dance and band now to be honored, so we're looking forward to that. But it's been always great to join you. I hope you have a great night tomorrow night, and look forward to seeing you guys out at the next game. I know it won't be for football now as we turn to CIF, but as we get to other sports, we love what you're doing here with the district sports.
Awesome. Thank you, Mr. Nurk, as always, for joining us.
Take care, guys.
Hopefully you can celebrate a little bit later.
We'll do. I hope so.
Yeah, if things keep going well, we'll get a league champ picture, and I expect Mr. Nurk to be in it.
Right,
so
there we go.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
All right.
All right, guys. Take care.
Thank you. The always stellar Mr. Todd Nurk, principal of Los Amigos High School, joining us there. Lobos now getting a little drive going here as they get that ball across the 50. It's going to be a first down here. Clock running, 3 minutes and 16 seconds left to go here.
Yeah, as I had mentioned, talking about Mr. Nurk, kind of joking around with him, but I'm being 100% serious. He is very, very knowledgeable when it comes to athletics, and has definitely set the bar high of the principals in our district. But great guy. I have not heard anyone in our district ever say anything bad about him. He does a great job leading schools. He was here at Garden Grove High School for a number of years, and now is leading the Lobos, and I know they're happy to have him on board with them.
Lobos now changing things up, just kind of keeping things tight now. We're in that old school formation. Navarro has been under center most of this drive here. That I formation here for the Lobos, and it's going to be an offsides. It's going to be, it looks like, on number 75 to Queenie Leuta. That's going to give the Lobos 5 extra free yards here. Gratis. No charge. Zero due. First and 5 now here for the Lobos. Again, Navarro under center, I formation. Takes the snap, fakes the pitch. Nice little misdirection. Handoff to Galindo, but he's going to get yeah, he had the ball. Faked me out. He gets taken out in the backfield, though. Loss of 3 yards on the play. Santiago doing a really good job of sniffing that play out and stopping it, and we have under 2 minutes to go here in the first half. Lobos holding on to this slim 3-0 lead. Again, tell people to tune into the stream, share it out. Let's try and get 1,000 views on this bad boy here tonight, and I'll show up tomorrow dressed like Joe Buck and Troy Aikman with a full suit, tie and everything. That one thrown over the middle, complete. First down.
Yeah, if you come in a suit and tie, I don't think I will. I think
I would not expect you to, Dave.
I'll still be in casual. I have to wear a suit and tie a little bit more than you, I think, on a let's say annual basis, maybe.
Probably
as part of the job.
Probably.
Although you go to a lot of the board meetings, right?
I haven't in a while, but you know. So my dad just got a promotion here. He used to be the plant supervisor here. Starting next week, he will be a maintenance coordinator, and he's promised to wear 3-piece suits. So I can't have him out dressing. Beautiful block. Wow. And a nice run by Radia. He takes a big hit, though.
Yeah, great job by Radia going inside.
A little extracurricular here at the end of the play. Let's hope there's no flags here. Referee's doing a good job here, Dave, kind of understanding in the heat of the moment type deals here.
Well, I don't think I knew that about your dad. So your dad he's been here for a long time now.
He's been here at Garden Grove for 10 years.
Wow.
Or 12 years now. Prior to that at Los Amigos for about 11 years, and then at Rancho Amigos for about 8 years. So yeah, he said he's going to wear suits, and I'm just like, you know what? I need to go. I used to wear ties and long sleeve collared shirts and slacks and dress shoes before COVID, which kind of threw everything off. But I'm gonna have to start going back to it. I fit in the clothes now.
Yeah,
that was part of the problem too.
Ooh,
Navarro takes a run. He's got some room there, but gets taken down.
Yeah, great bounce by Navarro there.
So we have a question here in the chat, what's going to happen in the Garden Grove League. So we're going to a new system here in football where the teams are going to be grouped according to their Cal Preps rankings, which we've kind of been alluding to throughout the season. So it's going to be a little bit more even across the board. And when we talk about other sports outside of football, we're going to have a large 15-team conference. They're calling I believe, the Orange Grove Conference.
Yes, yeah. So they're still coming up with league names. I don't think that the talk right now is to continue the Garden Grove League as a league name. I think they are pretty set on the Orange Grove Conference.
I like that.
But yeah, the league is kind of going away. I know that's been the case for a lot of leagues that have been around for a while, including the Empire League, where Pacifica has been in. That league seems to be gone away now. I'm not sure if they will keep that league name in the Golden West Conference, or what they're calling now the Golden Empire Conference. So that might be where now that's part of the conference name, but not the league name. But yeah, next year is going to be a change, and it's something that none of us in any of our lifetime, no matter how old you are, has ever seen this much movement in Orange County.
It's going to be a completely brand new
Yes.
landscape. And you know, the Orange League was the original football league here in Southern California, at least in Orange County. So to see that go away, you're talking about almost 100 years or over 100 years of history there.
Yeah, with Anaheim, right?
Yeah, Anaheim, Santa Ana, Orange, and that's going to be a touchdown here for Los Amigos. Radia on the reception. So Lobos going to extend that lead now. 9-0 here at Michael A. Mansour Memorial Stadium. Lobo is looking to win the league championship with a victory here tonight.
Yeah, as we've talked about many times on the broadcast too, they kind of get that 2-for-1 deal where they're scoring just before half here, and they're going to get the ball to start the second half.
That could be a big 14-point swing for the Lobos if they can come out of that half fired up. Ready to go as Radia makes the reception, and now we're about to boot this ball through the uprights, hopefully.
Yeah, neither team can really, panic or rest too much now. This is still obviously a close game. If you're Santiago, I think you're a little disappointed.
Kick is up, and it's good.
Field is good. You're a little disappointed to be down 10-0, but you're still in this game. Obviously, making some halftime adjustments can come out and, gain those 2 scores back. And if you're Los Amigos, you can't go in and celebrate now at halftime.
No.
Because you're still facing a good Santiago team, and you're only up 2 scores.
You know what, Dave? I think the one thing that we can kind of take from last week was that Los Amigos was not going to rest on that lead that they had on Bolsa, and it was quite a bit more than it is right now, and they came out and they still went and scored a few more touchdowns. So I think Coach Guess is going to have this team at halftime and preaching to them that this is not over. Go back out there like you're trailing 10-0 instead of leading 10-0, and come out with that mindset, and then just kind of help put this game away, and leave here with a league championship, or at least a share of it here tonight. So Dave, outside of Pacifica, who has won the most Garden Grove League titles?
I'm watching the play here.
That's a nice little return.
Well, I believe in football.
In football.
I believe that it is Garden Grove High School. I believe Garden Grove High School has been in the Garden Grove League that whole entire time. And this just came up this last week with girls tennis. Won a league title. They're 12th in a row. But they just overtook football for the league title crown of Garden Grove High School, and they're at 27, and football is at 26. So that is my guess is Garden Grove High School. But let's see. Let's see how you tell me that I'm wrong.
Garden Grove has had 16 Garden Grove League titles.
Okay.
So a lot of those titles obviously come
they
in. They were in the Freeway League. They were in the Orange League,
or they were
or in the of course the Big Four League. But
now.
yeah, so Rancho with Pacifica with 19, Rancho with 18.
Okay.
Pacifica's won 13 outright league titles, followed by Rancho and Garden Grove both with 12. But we always have to talk about this. You have to talk about when the league was a whole, who had titles in what those counts are. So if you count
when the league was all 7.
All 7.
Okay.
So, or not all 7 because Los came in a little bit later, but just strictly Garden Grove Unified and with Pacific and Garden Grove, then those numbers kind of fall drastically for both.
Okay.
Rancho would have 11 from those 18, and Garden Grove had 8.
Okay.
So, Pacific, it just goes to show Pacifica's just kind of, and not even Pacifica's stranglehold on the league, but just how different things were when Pacifica was in the league. As we come to the end of the first half here, Los Amigos 10, Santiago 0 here at Michael A. Mansour Memorial Stadium. And we'll get you some halftime entertainment right now. Let me turn off this little background. Here we go. Let's see what's going on here. Trying to figure it out. There we go. We're going to have a performance. We're going to be back in just a little bit. You are tuned in to Garden Grove Unified School District Athletics High School Football. Share out the stream. Let people know we've got some good football going on. Los Amigos 10, Santiago nothing. We'll see you in just a bit.
And now we welcome our award-winning dance team. Bring 'em out, bring 'em out, bring 'em out, bring 'em out. It's hard to yell when the background's in your mouth. Bring 'em out, bring 'em out. Bring 'em out, bring 'em out. also a story about us. It's a new, strange environment to suddenly find yourself in orbit.
Second year member, Sarah Lara. Second year member, April Flores. Second year member, Kendra Casada. Third year member, Chelsea Ochoa. Fourth year member, Nicole Cisneros Rivera. And our final dance team senior, 4-year member, Mia Nunez. May we have our color guard senior. We would like to recognize our color guard, 2nd year member, B. Day. Second year member, Lizette Mata.
Story of the game here. Steady dose of some Los Amigos defense, a few turnovers, and Santiago not being able to take advantage of interceptions. And we have a 10-0 Los Amigos Lobo lead here as both teams are getting ready to return from halftime. We're going to have maybe about 4 minutes left to go here. We have senior night here for the dance team. As you can hear in the background, festive night here tonight at Michael A. Mansour Memorial Stadium. David Mora here. Dave Mameli taking a little break, a well-deserved break here. He's the hardest working man in Garden Grove Unified School District, athletics-wise, that is. As he should be coming up shortly. I see him down there on the field. But again, championship week, so to speak, here at Michael A. Mansour Memorial Stadium. Los Amigos looking to win a league championship with a victory here tonight. Tomorrow night, La Quinta, if they're victorious over Bolsa Grande, they get a share of the league championship. And Rancho Alamitos, last we checked, was well on their way to securing their share of the Garden Grove League title as they were taking care of Loera handily, 28-0 at halftime. Now, coming out in this second half, I do expect Santiago to continue doing what they've been doing. They've been playing some very good football as Dave Mameli joins me here now. Dave, so you want to run down that first half and kind of talk about why the score is only 10-0 here?
Yeah, both teams have had some issues with turnovers here in the first half. Really just season advantage of, or season the opportunities given to you. Los has been able to do that, and Santiago hasn't so far. But that can change at any moment here in the second half. Excited to see where we come out.
Yeah, a lot of football left to be played here. Again, last week, Los Amigos proved to be a team that was not to be taken lightly as they took care of Bolsa Grande handily, 46-14. Bolsa Grande getting shut out in the second half. I believe Los Amigos led maybe 30-14 going into halftime, maybe 31, and they just kind of kept things going in the second half. We had a running clock there in the fourth quarter, something that neither of us expected going into that game.
No, definitely not. We expected that to be a typical Garden Grove League game that was going to be decided by one score.
And we talked, we were mentioning that, and most of the Garden Grove League games have been, one-score games. You look at Santiago Bolsa was 34-28, Rancho Bolsa was 21-18. Loera Bolsa was 47-28, so 2 scores or so there, maybe almost 3 scores. But the ones that feature our schools have been really close. You look at Los Amigos La Quinta, 28-21. Rancho against La Quinta, 21-14. Santiago La Quinta, 42-36. So they've been really tight, really close, and definitely didn't expect Los Amigos to put up 46 points and only see 14 on that Bolsa side of the scoreboard last week, because that Bolsa team is a lot better than that score indicates.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that was the disappointing part for Bolsa, was only scoring 14. I think they left that game thinking, hey, we should have been able, if it was going to be a shootout, we should have been able to compete in that. And we'll see how they do tomorrow night against La Quinta. Again, big rivalry game there. You know, Bolsa's got a chance to come out and you know, as you've mentioned already, we'll talk about a bunch tomorrow night as well too, but Bolsa has a chance to secure a winning overall record for the first time since the 80s.
Yep, 1987.
La Quinta has a chance to secure a league title for the first time since 1990.
Yep.
So either way, tomorrow night there's going to be a first for the first time since the late 80s, early 90s.
We talk about that La Quinta 1990 team. That was an undefeated team. Undefeated in the regular season, of course. There's only been 9 times where a team has finished with an undefeated regular season in Garden Grove League history. Pacifica, 1976, 77, and 78. All 3 in a row. Then you had Garden Grove in 91, 2009, 2013. Rancho had 2 back-to-back in 96 and 97. And, of course, that 1990 La Quinta football team who ended up losing in the semifinals of the CIF playoffs that year.
Yeah, if my memory serves me right, La Quinta had a great decade in the 1980s across their athletic field.
That's a beautiful segue here. Let's talk about the decades, right? Well, it's 1960s is kind of a wash. Rancho won 2 league titles, but not enough of a sample size, right? Pacifica, by far the team of the 70s. They won at least a share of the league title 9 times. La Quinta, team of the 80s. They won at least a share of the title at least 4 times. Rancho was a team of the 90s. They had 4 undisputed league titles. Los Amigos and Pacifica shared the 2000s. Both of them had 3. No doubt who the team of the 2010s was. It's Garden Grove with 7 league titles, 2 CIF titles in the mix there. And Rancho has been the team of what I call the non-Pacifica / Garden Grove era.
Yeah.
As
They have slid into that spot.
Yep, 6 league titles in the last 6 years.
Going back to the 80s, talking about La Quinta being dominant there, but perhaps the best team of the 80s for our district was probably that 1986 Bolsa Grande team,
Yeah.
right?
Taking on a very good Valencia team in the CIF championship with Mike Marujo there leading the Tigers, and they ended up winning that title the next year. I believe they beat Anaheim, so they recovered nicely.
Yeah, Marujo, one of the all-time greats in Orange County football.
Yeah.
Retired just a couple years ago from Valencia.
He's one of those names, you know, kind of like Coach Miller.
Yeah.
You know, where you see him, you're kind of like in awe of these gentlemen. We're getting ready to get the kickoff going here. Los Amigos with a expectation that Santiago is not going to give them a full kickoff here, as they have only 1 return man, and that's going to be Galindo way back. But everyone else is within, 15 yards of the football here, and now they're kind of backing up.
Yeah, I expect some kind of pooch kick here now.
Hey, Pacifica did it against Garden Grove, and they ended up getting that ball.
They did, yeah, coming out.
I think that's the only successful onside kick that we've had.
It caught me off guard. I was down on the field, not ready for that.
And that was a little pooch, still on the ground. They're going to recover it. They'll have the ball at their own, looks like 25, 26-yard line.
Yeah, that Pacifica Grove game, I was down on the field and was talking to a number of our district people that were here, obviously, and as I was rushing over to Pacifica's sideline at that point of the game, I missed that because it happened so quickly. But yeah, that onside kick.
Look over there at the sideline there on the track. You see Mr. Todd Nurk chatting up with Santiago assistant principal Dr. Hui Tran and assistant principal Adrian Fernandez.
All right, make or break time here for both teams. This is a pivotal drive here in this game.
Navarro takes the snap, shotgun formation, keeps it himself to the right,
That's
to the
a
left
hold.
side.
Ooh, that's a hold.
No flag on the play, though. There it is
goes.
right there. It's going to be a 10-yard run that's going to be canceled out by a penalty flag on the play.
Yeah, I think they actually had 2 holds on that. Let's see which one they count. That's going to be a big difference in the penalty yardage, whether it was the forward or the back one.
You know, Dave, we've been talking a lot about just the different rules that high school has and stopping the clock on first down. I was at last week at Pomona High School to watch Covina take on Pomona to see my goddaughter's senior night for cheer, and no clock stoppage on first downs.
Well, it depends, again, on who's running your clock a lot of times. But, no, the clock is supposed to stop on first downs. The reason why is so the chains can go and get set. Once the chains are set, they're going to wind that clock. As you can see here, referee just winds the clock even after that penalty once everything is set there. So, but as you'll see, a lot of times the way things are supposed to go is not what actually happens, and that is a frustrating part, especially when you're a coach.
Fake handoff, now pass over to the left side, complete number 11, still on his feet at the 40, at the 45, and taken down at about the 46-yard line. It's going to be Chris Flores with the reception.
Yeah, I like that read option. I don't know if that was designed there or if that was a true read option from Navarro, but certainly worked for the Lobos and coming off a missed tackle there.
I want to take this time to give a shout out to ASB director and cheer advisor, Mai Williams of Los Amigos High School, who was our employee of the month for the certificated side for the month of October. I was able to go to Los Amigos High School a few weeks ago and spend some time with her, and awesome person. Wonderful attitude, great personality, and made it fun.
Yeah, we obviously think we have the best employees here, and the only reason we think that is because it's true, right?
Yeah, and you know what? I didn't even get to mention that this is the best district and district student-ran broadcast in Orange County. Might be the only one, but Dave, even if there was two, we'd still be the better one.
There you go.
Lobos, 4 wide receivers. Navarro in shotgun formation. Galindo goes in motion, but Navarro keeps it to the right side.
Good push there.
Yep. I think that's what we're going to probably see here in the second half, is that Los Amigos line probably trying to wear out and just kind of grind down that Santiago defensive line. So we saw last week, and it really worked for the Lobos against the Matadors.
And we're going to see a quarterback sneak here. Third and short, that's going to be my call here. We're going to watch Mason Navarro come up.
Call it the Lobo special.
There it is, and here comes the sneak. There it is.
The Lobo special, and it looks like he's going to get that first down.
It's one of those where even though I know it's coming, nobody can stop it.
And you know what? They don't
so
need
keep running it.
They don't need 5 guys in the back to push him to get that first down.
Yeah, the tush
Philly.
push. Yeah.
Of course, I say that as a very disgruntled and sad New York Giants fan. Lobos moving the chains here. The first 3 minutes of this quarter certainly going by faster than the first 3 of the second quarter. Navarro empty backfield, 5 wide receivers, trips right, takes a ball, snap, quick pass to the left side, incomplete pass intended for Raul Cruz.
Yeah, we saw this early with Santiago, and now Los Amigos, multiple plays on this drive with an empty backfield, 5 wide receivers.
There's Navarro again on the keep, gets away from one man. Again, we always mention that second effort. We've seen a lot of that from the Lobos, and we saw it from them last week, where they're not getting taken down on first contact. They kind of bounce off, or they just drive their way through and break tackles.
Another situation here, if you're Santiago, you got to watch out for that hard count coming up here. Taking a third and medium, trying to get it to a third and short.
Although this has been a good drive, I mean, Santiago doing a good job of kind of limiting the big plays here.
Yeah, again, we mentioned it before. I do think Santiago has been a bend but don't break much of this game. As they start to approach the red zone, they start to tighten up a little bit. We'll see if that trend continues here on this third and about 6 or 7.
Lobos now under
and
center.
There it is,
formation. Yep.
Another hard count. So
It's
again,
yeah.
The problem is, again, if you're Santiago, these plays are coming. Again, we're calling these plays before they happen. You got to be able to understand what's coming and not fall victim to it.
Like this QB sneak coming up right now, Dave? Now they're probably going to hand this one off.
Yeah.
I would say.
There it is.
Oh, no, there it is. They did sneak it.
Oh, he might go.
He's still on, again, that second effort. It's hard to take down Navarro at that first level. But I see we have a flag on the play.
See, this is either a hold or a face mask.
Good job there by Vincent, who's getting our graphics going. He saw that before I did. He's a quick learner here. Hey, Dave, I just want to shout out our helpers here today. I kind of let them do some setting up.
Holding on those
Holding on
Amigos.
Los Amigos, that's going to come back. So,
Yeah, I would say that they have done just as we've talked about. They get better week in and week out.
yeah.
We are in week 10, and they are at their peak performance.
And, they started a little bit late. And imagine if they would have been with
Yeah.
us all season. Next week, they would have been doing everything by themselves. We would have had Kaylin on commentary. I'm sure she's delighted to hear that we can't broadcast next week. Lobos again, I formation, keeping things tight. Most likely another sneak here. Looks like they might have stopped him here, Dave.
I don't think they did, but I think the spot
The
is
spot,
short.
yeah, they're spotting that short. So
They are. That's a 4th down coming up here. They're going to go for it.
they're going to run
obviously.
the same play again.
I think you're going to see a hard count here for sure. Hard count and then probably just a quarterback sneak. But
The one thing about
I think he got that. I think that's a bad spot on their part there.
one thing about a hard count, Dave, is it can affect both teams. So hopefully, if there
Yeah.
is a penalty,
But we've only seen him affect one team tonight.
here we go. 4th and 1 to go here. Run it
There's the
again,
sneak,
and they got him that time.
He did get it, yeah.
It's going to be a first down here.
Yeah, Santiago still with an opportunity here to come up with a stop, but this is exactly what Los Amigos wants. Nice long drive, take a lot of time off the clock. If they can end this with a touchdown and make it 17-0 with, under 5 minutes left to go in this quarter, that is a huge victory.
Longest drive of the night by far. Los Amigos still on their first possession of the half, and we've got another flag on the play, most likely an offsides here.
Yeah, I think that might have been on the receiver in motion, started going forward before the ball was snapped. You got to make sure you're parallel when that ball is snapped. Looked like a little arena football there, trying to get a head start.
It's going to march the Lobos back just a few yards. First and 15 here for the Lobos. Clock still running. Milking a lot of time off the clock. They're going to have it for more than half the quarter here. Navarro rolls out to his left. Gets rid of that one. That's going to be incomplete, out of the hands of Miguel Radia, who's usually money on those.
Yeah.
Stops the clock, though. Brings up a second down for the Lobos.
Yeah, Radia's got to come down with that. I'll give him a little mulligan there because he's been such a great player for the Lobos this year, but uncharacteristic drop for him. See if they might just go right back to it.
Yeah, Lobos with the trips left here. 4 wide receivers for Navarro. Takes the snap, drops back to pass.
Screen.
That one complete to number 23, Pedro Hernandez, I believe. He's still on his feet.
Another hold.
He's going to get himself a first down, but we've got a flag on the play, and he's going to get deep into Santiago territory. But
yeah, this is going to push them
it's
back
coming
even
back.
further. This is going to end up being about a 2nd and 20, I would guess, from the yardage here.
again, this is a spot foul, right?
Yes.
Call it where they count it back from where it was called. So if you're going to hold, at least hold 15 yards in front of the play.
Yeah. Well, they did that on that quarterback sneak. It got held out there, and they called a chop block.
Oh, even
or
worse.
a low block, yeah. So I think that's a loss of down as well.
I think that might be from the line, right?
No, that'll still be a spot.
Okay.
But I do think that's a loss of down, which means that we'll be in 3rd down instead.
Wow, yeah, that's tough. That's a turn of events here that Santiago needs.
Doesn't look like it. Looks like we're going to stay on second down. But again, this is going to be a 15-yard penalty instead of 10.
It's going to be second down and 30. We saw Santiago with a second down and 30 a little bit earlier. That one ended in a turnover on downs. Let's see if Los Amigos can get some of this yardage back here on second down. Ball all the way back at the Cavalier 43-yard line now. The line to gain is all the way at the 19.
This is something we've seen a lot tonight too. Is Los Amigos is subbing pretty regularly, depending on the play. They are subbing even linemen in and out, depending on what they call. Something we don't usually see, especially at the high school level.
And considering the amount of injuries they had, that's definitely a luxury to have for them. As Navarro drops back to pass, looks to his left, lets this one go deep. That's going to be incomplete. No flags on the play.
Yeah, a lot of contact there by both sides. It's one where they probably thought they could call it in either one, so best to just keep it in the pocket.
Again, referees doing a really good job here tonight, keeping themselves out of the game and just calling plays that are just blatant.
Yeah, we've seen that referees, like we've alluded to in the broadcast, it's week 10 for them too, and the referees do get better as the weeks go on as well. They are into the full swing of things.
Hitting their stride at the right time.
Yep.
We've got a timeout on the field here. Looks like Los Amigos looking to talk things over as they're going to have a 3rd and 25.
Yeah, I think this is probably going to be some form of a screen here for Coach Guess, whether it's a receiver screen or running back screen.
We talked about a lot earlier how the Garden Grove League has featured a lot of teams that have kind of run the gamut for a few years. There's only been one time where we haven't had a repeat champion every other year. From 1989 to 1993, there were 5 different league champions. That's the only time where we really saw some parity. As La Quinta, Rancho, Garden Grove, Kennedy, and Pacifica all won league titles. And then Rancho kind of started winning. Then you get into the 2000s with Los Amigos and Pacifica.
When did you say Kennedy left? 95?
94 was 94 they were gone. So 93 they won that league title. But that's when they did a lot of releaguing. In the Empire League, they took out Los Alamitos. There were a few other teams that were in that league that they kind of moved out, kind of paved the way for Kennedy to kind of get in there. Empty backfield for Navarro. He drops back to pass, looks to his right. He's got a man open in the middle. Galindo on the catch. He's running now at the 15, at the 10, at the 5, still on his feet. Touchdown, Los Amigos. And they're going to extend that lead. We talked about it earlier, Dave. Galindo, he's a man to be reckoned with, right?
Yeah, absolutely. We mentioned that before, that anytime he had the ball in his hands, he was a touchdown threat, and we see that right there, wide open over the middle.
41-yard touchdown. Beautiful.
Sprinting to the sideline after making that catch in the middle and then bouncing that back inside. This is a big blow for Santiago right now.
Again.
And a perfect series for Los Amigos.
5'3" Galindo holding it down for the short guys out there. That kick is up, and it's good. So the Lobos taking a 17-0 lead here with 5 minutes and 43 seconds left to go here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, Galindo, if you can't tell when you watch this, when you rewatch it on the broadcast here, David Mora is living vicariously through you.
I am Galindo. You're my spirit animal right now.
All right, so coming out here, this would be a great time. I mentioned this earlier. This would be a great time for a Santiago kick return touchdown. That would be something they would value greatly, obviously, at this point.
Anything to get a spark going here for the Cavaliers, because
they need a quick score. Yep. If they don't get a quick score, that might be it.
Momentum all on the side of the Lobos here as they lead 17-0. Garden Grove Unified School District Athletics High School Football. David Mora here, joined by Dave Mamali, District Athletic Director. Los Amigos wins tonight. They clinch a share of the league championship. Rancho looking like they're going to be claiming their share of the league championship here tonight.
That game might be close to being done. Let's see if I can get a quick update.
Of course, earlier start there for the Vaqueros 6:30, and not a bad return here, but not nearly enough to kind of take that momentum away from Los Amigos. And this is, for Santiago, you want to score here because this is dangerous territory to be in. Down 17-0 to a team who can score in bunches if you let them. Of course, Los Amigos debuting these nice sparkly new uniforms, wearing orange for the first time, at least since the 1980s. They're usually the AC/DC team in black. But it's spooky season, Halloween, so they've got the colors looking perfect out there.
Well, for a bad pun here, they're in terms of trick or treat, they're certainly getting their treat tonight.
Oh, that's going to be a late hit. No. Referees again letting it play. That's a complete pass over to the right side, still on his feet. It's going to be a first down. A reception by number 4, Oswaldo Granados. Gonzalez took a pretty big hit that in the NFL would have been 18 flags on one guy.
Yeah, Granados having a great game tonight for the Cavaliers. A couple big catches and a lot of broken tackles for him tonight. This, a little bit more lenient passing attack has certainly benefited him, and maybe that's the reason for it. But again, Granados certainly having a great game tonight.
First down for Santiago from their own 40-yard line. Gonzalez, single back formation, fakes a handoff, looks to pass, pump fakes, rolling out, has some pressure, lets it go. Luckily, that falls into the hands of a nobody. Pass intended for number 88, Larry Bravo. You know, we look at this Santiago team, Dave, and some of the names we've been calling tonight. Gonzalez, he's only a junior. Granados, Oswaldo Granados is a junior. Larry Bravo, he's a junior. So they've got a young team. Taquini Leuta is only a sophomore. John Carlos Pizza is only a sophomore. Mario Carbajal, only a sophomore. So Pizza's a junior there. This pass let go. Incomplete. Gonzalez has been taking some hits there in the backfield. He's been getting pressure that whole time.
He's hurt
and
now.
It looks like that one got him. There we go. Shout out to the Santiago trainer.
Trevor the trainer. While Trevor attends to him, we can give you a official final score. Rancho, with an earlier start time, has beaten Loera 35-0, and it is official. They are now 6-time defending Garden Grove League champions. And so Los Amigos looking to share a piece of that title tonight, as well as La Quinta tomorrow with a win. But it certainly looks like if things hold up tonight, Rancho has claimed a share of the title, and Los Amigos is well on their way to a share of that title as well.
And Rancho tying Garden Grove's streak of 6 straight league championships.
See if we can get a.
And I don't want to say that Rancho should send the re-leaguing people a gift basket, but I would kind of help them out here at the end. But good things here, and I know they're excited at Rancho. They've got a young team, and whatever league that they're going to be in next year, they're going to be competing in, and it's going to be exciting to see what the future of the Vaquero football team is going to look like as we embark on a whole new landscape in high school football next season. But I'm sure they're going to want to make some noise starting next week in the playoffs. Ooh, new quarterback in there, number 13. Chris Ramirez and Rocco Rivera had one in the breadbasket. He's going to wish he had that one. I think that's the second time we've seen Rocco drop a sure pick there, Dave.
Yeah.
I think against Rancho he had one there. Vincent telling me, yeah, he remembers. Ramirez getting ready. Oh, no, it's going to be a punt here. 4th and 10. Low snap. It's blocked. That's blocked. That's on the ground, and Lobos are going to get some beautiful field position here. Beautiful, just beautiful job there by the Los Amigos special teams. Let's see if we can pull up a replay. It won't pull up a replay. Oh, yeah, we will pull up a replay. Here we go. Look at the block right there. A big block. Beautiful. That replay brought to you by no one because we don't have any sponsors.
No, but I think that's the first time we've got the replay to work correctly.
I think I got it against the first week against Bolsa. But, yeah, the
timing.
The timing's been off. Yeah, it's been inconsistent. But we got it there. As we have a Santiago player being tended to right now by the trainers. I think this is where we see Los Amigos kind of probably take full control. 4 minutes and 35 seconds left to go here in the third quarter. A Santiago player up on his feet now. And looks like the punter, so he probably got, that was a big hoggy that went in there and blocked that punt. Of course, you're tuning in to Garden Grove Unified School District Athletics High School Football Week 10 Championship Week here in Garden Grove. Live from the campus of Garden Grove High School. In the friendly confines of Michael A. Mansour Memorial Stadium. Beautiful stadium named after a man who gave his life in the ultimate sacrifice to save members of his Navy SEAL squadron, Michael A. Mansour. Always have to mention it when we're here. The trident in the middle of that field. It means so much more than just signifying what this field is, who this field is named after.
Yeah, always puts things in perspective.
Big time. And awesome stadium opening. Flyovers and a parachute team coming in from the sky. Run of 6 yards there on that first down play brings up 2nd and 4 here for the Lobos. Clock running. We're about to be at the 4-minute mark here in the third quarter. Lobos holding on to a 17-0 lead here against the Santiago Cavaliers. Lobos might just start playing that clock game now. Navarro takes that ball, pitches it over to Granados. Not Granados. Galindo. It's going to bring up 3rd down and 4 yards here, so not much gained on that play. Ball at the 17-yard line. A little bit more energy here tonight in the stadium. For a Thursday game, not too bad. Of course, senior night here for the Lobos. Football, cheerleading, band, and dance teams being honored here. Pass over the left side. That's caught by Radia. Puts on a move. Still on his feet, but taken down. Nice open field tackle there.
Yeah.
By number 12, Jonathan Rivera. Again, important thing, clock running. Single back formation. Navarro hands the ball off to Hernandez. Actually, that was Raul Cruz on the carry. Second down and 8 to go. Even the Santiago side of the stands are pretty packed.
Yeah, like you said, for a Thursday night, yeah. Yeah, good showing for them.
Mentioned it earlier. I feel like the games here get a little bit more energy flowing through the stadium. But I definitely know tomorrow night it's going to be electric.
I say, yeah, you'll have a lot of La Quinta Bolsa students they're tuning in tonight mad at you tomorrow, and they might try to show you up and say, "Oh, we'll show you a lively stadium."
They won't pack the stadium. They won't go on both sides and make it the most.
Mr. Reverse psychology here.
Vincent, of course. Vincent, is there like homecoming tomorrow? What's the? It's senior night tomorrow. Vincent here is telling me there's a theme day tomorrow. He doesn't know what it is. He just goes there, folks. Like kid, of course. Navarro keeps that ball himself, and he's taken down by 2 Cavaliers. Brings up 4th and 2, Dave. The Lobo offense staying on the field. It's actually 4th and 1. Here we go, shotgun formation.
Yeah, we got
interesting.
The down box is wrong. Oh,
he passed it. That's going to be a touchdown. Touchdown Los Amigos here on 4th down.
Yeah, we've seen success from the Lobos on that play, particularly a couple times tonight where they do that little play action, read option, and just a simple out route.
Hey, shout out to Kaylin for capturing that little celebration there. She got the handshake and the jump in the air bump.
Like we said, she's at the peak of her game here, week 10.
Stellar camera work here.
Just setting the bar super high for the start of next season, right?
An underclassman, right, Kaylin? Junior? Sophomore. Sophomore, Dave.
2 more years.
2 more years. She does not know what she just got herself into. And Vincent's a junior, right? 1 more year. We'll squeeze 2 years of work out of him next year. That's what we'll do. As the Lobos line up to kick this extra point. Lead now 23-0. Now this is something I didn't expect Santiago to get shut out like this. I expected Los Amigos to score some points, but
well, this will be 2 weeks in a row that the Lobos have kind of exceeded the expectations of the Garden Grove League. And, we've talked about this a lot earlier in the year, too. We always have said, on paper, Los Amigos is the best team. It's just a matter of they weren't healthy all year.
Yeah.
And they are not quite back to 100%, but pretty close back to 100% healthy. And you're seeing now, hey, this is a pretty good football team. And, this might work to their advantage where they have some losses on their schedule, but they are peaking at the right time, and maybe that gets them in a little bit lower division for the playoffs, but they're playing well, and maybe they can make a run.
Looks like Marley Dominguez and Oswaldo Granado's back deep to return for Santiago. Yeah, I mentioned it last week. I think if Los Amigos is fully healthy, they might be looking at 9-0, going on 10-0 tonight. I think they get by La Quinta. I think that Viewpoint game is certainly different, and maybe the only toss-up is University. But other than that, I mean, what we see here, I think this is kind of what we expected of them, at least offensively. That's a nice little return.
Yeah, and talking again, as this game is probably not in doubt anymore. It certainly seems like Los is going to win this game, but looking ahead to playoffs, again, the brackets are released on Sunday. So this Sunday, in just a couple days here at 10 a.m., brackets will be released, and we won't have to guess anymore of who is playing who, what division they're in, and who's home. So look out for that. That'll be on CIF's website, so CIFSS.org.
And I'm sure we'll see a social media post by Dave sharing out those brackets as soon as he sees them. Granados takes that carry for a gain of about 5 yards.
And again, even with a loss here from Santiago, the odds are not great that they'll get in that large, but it's possible.
Hey, stranger things have happened.
Correct. It's still possible that the Cavaliers could end up in the playoffs. Again, it just depends on what they do with Division I and that ripple effect of where teams fall. It might end up being where teams that are under 500, there's not enough teams over 500, and Santiago can sneak in there.
Dave, we saw a 1-9 El Dorado team get into the playoffs.
Yep.
Over Pacifica.
Well, and you remember that 1-19, the one win was a forfeit win.
Yep.
They didn't even win on the field.
Yep. So yeah, stranger things have happened. I wouldn't doubt that one of our teams kind of sneaks in there and takes someone's spot. As we have the Los Amigos dance team now with a nice little quick number, entertaining the crowd.
Yeah, I would certainly hope in terms of the playoffs that obviously Los Amigos is going to be an automatic qualifier, Rancho Alamitos is an automatic qualifier, and then the winner of La Quinta Bolsa will be an automatic qualifier. My hope is really that the loser of that game tomorrow night still gets in.
Yeah.
Still gets in as an at-large.
They'll have the record.
I think both of those teams deserve to be in playoffs and can make a run. I think they both can make a run in the playoffs. So obviously it'll be a great game tomorrow. One team has to lose. Hopefully that team can still get in as an at-large.
So we talk about, again, all the playoffs are determined by the ranking, the power ranking. And right now, you've got La Quinta and Rancho kind of close together. You've got Los Amigos with a 31.4. And, of course, these numbers are going to move around here even by the morning time. But you could even see some of our schools in the same division.
Yeah. Yeah, and, that's and to be honest, I'm not quite sure how they do this. I'm sure now that Coach Enright's game is over, he'll be texting me about if I say something wrong. But I'm not sure how they do it now with the new division. They
keep
try
the leagues away from each other.
They try to keep the leagues away from each other until at least the semifinals. And I'm not sure if that'll be the case now with the new seeding or if it's just, hey, you play who you play. I think it's you just play who you play. So
we could have a Garden Grove matchup.
We would love to see a Garden Grove district matchup, no matter what that looks like, whether it's from the Garden Grove League or whether Pacifica and Garden Grove potentially could get in.
They could face each other as they're close in ranking. And in the midst of all of our wonderful conversation, the fourth quarter ended, and we're now almost a minute into, the third quarter ended, and we're almost a minute into the fourth quarter here. Santiago still with the ball, 3rd and 1 at the 41-yard line. Yeah, I think that would be awesome if you get some GGUSD matchups.
Yeah, we'll see if that's the case. We might.
Oh, he gets away. He broke free on that one. Again, we talk about second effort here, and that one paying off there for number 24, Mario Carbajal, only a sophomore. So, again, future looking bright for Santiago. They didn't have a terrible season. They had a few tough breaks.
Well, again, with a young team, a lot of close losses, this game excluded, but a lot of close losses in league. Certainly something to build off of for next year.
Losses to La Quinta and Bolsa by a combined 12 points. And, they've got one of the more impressive wins of the Garden Grove League teams as they defeated Anaheim, who, thumped Rancho just a few weeks later. Pass complete to Bravo. And again, we talk about, as the weeks go on, how we're getting better. That Rancho team is nothing like we saw back in week 2 maybe.
Against Anaheim, yeah.
Totally different team. And, of course, that caught us by surprise. We did not expect that, especially seeing Santiago, get by them. Maybe that's what the mindset of Rancho was.
Well, we've praised their coaching staff as well, too. They have a great coaching staff top to bottom. And you're seeing that they are improving as weeks go on. I would say the same thing here with Los Amigos. Los Amigos, with Coach Guess and his staff, they have been improving week to week to week. That's the measure of good teams. I think you're going to get your late hit here finally. Unfortunately, it looks like we got another injury here.
And Gonzalez snuck back into the game, so that's good to see, but he did take a big hit there.
Yeah, so they're going to tack on 15 yards here.
That was a nice pass and catch, too.
Yeah, so roughing the passer.
Santiago with the ball now at the Lobo 23-yard line.
Yeah, not a lot of urgency here from the Cavs, just kind of methodically coming down the field.
Gonzalez getting ready to take the snap, drops back to pass, looks to his left, throws that one, and it's in the ground there. Second and 10 here for the Cavaliers. Clock stopped. 8 minutes and 46 seconds left to go here in the fourth quarter. Los Amigos in cruise control right now, 24-0. Looking to capture a share of the Garden Grove League Championship and, you know, get on that pedestal there with Rancho Alamitos and tell them to scooch over just a little bit. They've got company for the second year in a row.
Yeah, second year in a row. And again, if Bolsa beats La Quinta tomorrow, it'll be the same situation as last year. These two teams, Los Amigos and Rancho, tied for
intercepted. Oh, incomplete. Radia on the coverage.
Yeah, that was the right call. I thought that hit the ground as well. Fans disagree, obviously, but I do think that was the right call.
We'll see, Dave. We go to the replay here. We don't have that super
slow-mo.
Super slow-mo.
Yeah.
It was close. It was a bang-bang play. Good job. The referee was right on top of it, so if anyone was going to get the right call, it's going to be him. It's not like he had to, he was to the back of the play. It's 3rd down and 10 here for the Cavaliers. And I like Coach Oz still just having faith in his quarterback to continue throwing the ball, and he didn't just change up his game plan because of a few mistakes. Nice run there. Hard running by number 24. Mario Carbajal picks up the first down. There's no quitting these Cavaliers. We go 1st down and 10 from the 12-yard line for the Cavaliers, looking to get on the scoreboard for the first time tonight and take this shutout away from the Lobos. Pass to the right side, incomplete, intended for number 6, Ruben Mendez. It's going to bring up 2nd down and 10. Around the county, a lot of big games this week deciding league championships. Over in the Freeway League, La Habra needs to beat crosstown rival Sonora in order to get their 6th league championship in a row. They had a surprising loss to Troy in the last minute a few weeks ago. Quick pass to the right side, complete to number 2.
So only 6 years in a row, so they lost.
They lost to Buena Park back in.
Oh, yeah, that's right. That's right. I was
Buena
trying
Park
to think
had
of
a
who
stacked
it was, and I was thinking,
Yeah.
when Anthony White was still their
Yeah.
coach.
Yeah, they got that one league title, and I think they won that game handily too. I don't even think it was close. But of course, La Habra just able to reload and.
Yeah, they had a stranglehold in that league for a while. It has obviously been tightening up over the years, or becoming more competitive. But I know the Freeway League did not want to leave and re-leaguing, and this will be the last year of the Freeway League. And hopefully La Habra can go out with a win and keep that dominance going. But
interestingly enough, so the Garden Grove League started with, Garden Grove Unified School District schools. Freeway League, all Fullerton Union High School District schools, but it didn't start out that way. Those teams were kind of fragmented, and it didn't become an all Fullerton league until quite a bit later, which is interesting how they were able to do that, and then they just kept that Freeway League name. And it's a lie, Dave, because there's no freeways in La Habra. Lived there for about 10 years, and let me tell you, I would drive to Garden Grove, and there was no freeway I could take to get here. So
Yeah, that's true. And say, yeah, you even get to the 57. That's technically Placentia up in that region, right?
Yep.
And you get to the 91, and that's Anaheim.
It's like the only two teams that are literally by the freeway are Troy and Buena Park.
Mm-hmm.
The other ones are just too far inland for it to be a true freeway league. So I guess, you know what, that name just didn't make sense from the start. So I'm glad it's going away now.
Yeah, and again, the Freeway League will be broken up, and the proposal that we have 4 of them are going to the Century with Pacifica, and 2 of them are going to the Golden Empire with Garden Grove High School.
Flag on the play. Los Amigos fans not happy. They're not even going to wait for the call. They know that it's on Los Amigos. If you're complaining, then you know that that was probably meant for you. It's going to extend this drive here for the Cavaliers as they were facing a 3rd and 23.
Yeah, that's one you got to understand as a Lobos fan too, that when it's 24-0, the referees have a little bit more sympathy for the team that's down, and so those flags are a little bit more lenient, let's say.
It's the price of success.
Yeah, as I've gotten older, I've always come to the understanding of, okay, so you gave him a little extra yardage. Now that puts my situation a little bit harder. I can still overcome that.
And you know what? It's
Don't
a good
take
learn.
excuses.
A good way for the Lobos to learn how to stop a team in this situation. Going into the playoffs, you might have teams who aren't going to need the penalties to get down this deep. So this just helps you kind of get those reps in.
Oh, it's simple statistics. Referee calls are always going to even out. If you feel you got a bad call on this play, eventually down the line, you're going to have a bad call against the other team that you're going to benefit from. So you got to learn to play with a referee call, whether you agree with it or not. It's part of the game, and they do even out.
It's interesting to see. I know it's early. 7 minutes left, but if we see Los Amigos kind of do a substitution here with some of their key guys on the next drive that they have the ball. Gonzalez drops back to pass, looks to the end zone. Looks like some miscommunication. That ball intended for Victor Garcia. So 4th down again here for the Cavaliers. Clock stopped at 7 minutes and 36 seconds. This quarter going a little bit slower than the 3rd quarter. As a reminder, we will be live tomorrow night covering La Quinta and Bolsa Grande. For the first time in a long time, that game has a lot riding on it this late in the season.
You do not want to miss that. That's going to be a great broadcast.
Nope. La Quinta is going to be coming into this game remembering what happened last year. We covered that game, and it was a Bolsa Grande victory by a long shot. Gonzalez lets that pass goes. Got a man open. That's going to be a touchdown. Yeah. Number 3, James Gonzalez. There goes that Los Amigos shutout. Defensive coordinator can't be happy about that one.
Well, let's see. Let's see if we're going to get a 2-point conversion here, I would guess. And that would lead it as a 2-score game. Stranger things have happened.
7 minutes and 31 seconds left to go. That's a mighty long time for 3 touchdowns to be scored.
Well, only 2 now.
2, yeah, 2.
They can get 2 and tie it. If they, of course, the conversions are just as important now at this point.
And they are going for 2. Again, that field goal, the difference right now and why Santiago is going for 2 here. Gonzalez rolls out to his left, lets that one go. That's going to be good. 2-point conversion is good.
Well, I am going to take a little chance here, and I'm going to head down, anticipating that Los Amigos will hang on, and I will get a league championship photo. However, if Santiago is able to get a pooch and onside and come back, I might be rushing back up here to take it.
So
get a
we'll
couple
see.
call. But
Yeah, we'll see.
if not, look for if the game holds true to how it is now, look for a league championship photo of Los Amigos tonight on GGUSD Athletics, and I will see all of you tomorrow night for the La Quinta Bolsa Grande pandemonium that will
There
ensue.
we go. That's right.
So as always, pleasure being here. I'll see you guys tomorrow night, and thanks again.
There we go. Thank you, Dave. As always, Dave O'Malley, District Athletic Director, joining me here in the booth. He's the Troy Aikman to my Joe Buck, but I'm way better than Joe Buck, so I can confidently say that. Again, Lobos anticipating that pooch kicker onside. They're smart to do so. And it's pooched over to the left side. Still rolling. Finally picked up there by Galindo. Galindo still on his feet. Takes it to the left side. Still on his feet. Again, an electric player. Whenever he has the ball, anything can happen. So just expect a little bit of running here for the Lobos to try and milk more of this clock, and they can do it. They held the ball for a very long time to start the third quarter for over 5 minutes. We've got 7 minutes and 21 seconds left to go here before the final whistle is blown. Los Amigos 24, Santiago 8. Not a lead that's insurmountable by any means. 16 points can be scored very quickly in high school football. And with 7 minutes and 21 seconds left to go here, Los Amigos cannot take their foot off the gas, and they cannot expect that this game is in the bag, because let me tell you, it's not. Clock running here. Good first down run, gets about 4 yards, still on his feet. Nice run there on first down. Los Amigos line doing a good job pushing that pile. Here we go, 2nd down and 5 from the Lobo 41-yard line. Los Amigos. 6 minutes and 36 seconds left before they can claim a league championship if they can hold this 24-8 lead. Santiago not going away into the night silently. Another run there by the Lobos. Important to note that the Cavaliers have all of their timeouts left. So here we go, 3rd down and about 1 yard to go. Expect a QB sneak here from Mason Navarro. And there it is. And he's going to get stopped if they don't give him the spot here. Oh, they're going to give him a favorable spot, so it's going to look like it's 1st down here for the Lobos. It's going to move the chains, keep the clock running. Under 6 minutes left to go here in the game, 5 minutes and 38 and counting. Wondering when Coach Oz will use these timeouts, if he chooses to do so, or if he's going to wait until he gets the ball back. Lobos slow and methodical on these drives here in the second half, taking a lot of time off the clock. I believe they only had the ball one time in the 3rd quarter, if I'm correct. Pitch out to the left side. It's Galindo, gets around the corner, gets a gain of about 6 yards on the play, but runs out of bounds. Calling it a gain of 4. I gave him 2 extra yards. Navarro under center. Hands the ball off to the right side. Raul Cruz on the carry that time. Want to take this time to shout out Coach Guess, his son, Xavier, quarterback at El Medina High School. I believe they're playing for a league championship tomorrow as well. Let me see if I can pull up their league page here. Yeah, they're in the driver's seat, firmly in control over there in the North Hills League. At 2-0, of course, one of those 3-team leagues or 4-team leagues, so they only have 3 league games. They'll be playing Canyon tomorrow night. Actually, they're playing Canyon tonight over at El Medina Fred Cali Stadium. Navarro pitch out to Galindo, takes it around the right side. Stays in bound. Clock now under 4 minutes left to go here. Actually, El Medina has won that game 48-14, so they are indeed the North Hills League champions. That's if Max Preps is correct, and sometimes Max Preps is a little hit or miss. 48-14, the final over there. Who knows? It says report score, but then it says a score, so we'll see. Either way, congrats. They're going to get at least a share of the title, like Los Amigos is able to do here. And we got some extracurricular activities. Referee's doing a really good job of just letting the kids kind of go, understanding that there's a lot of emotions in the game of football, and sometimes they get the best of us. And as long as the kids aren't doing anything too egregious, they'll let them go. It's going to bring up 3rd and 4 yards here for the Lobos. 2 minutes and 38 seconds left to go. Clock running. Again, Coach Oz not electing to use those timeouts. Thank you to everyone who has tuned in. I am David Morris, Garden Grove Unified School District Athletics High School Football. Always a treat to be here and bring you the action. Some good Garden Grove League action. And look at that. The Lobos are going to get some free yards. It's going to cost them nothing. Zilch. Nada. It's going to be gratis. On the house. Comped. First and 10 for the Lobos. 2 minutes left to go here in the game. And I think we can say it proudly and confidently now. Your Los Amigos Lobos claiming a share of the last Garden Grove League Championship, along with at least Rancho Alamitos, the 2023 Garden Grove League champion, Los Amigos Lobos. Congratulations. And congratulations to the Rancho Alamitos Vaqueros for winning a share of the league championship tonight over Loera 35-0. Telling you, tune in tomorrow. It's going to be a great game. Tell a friend to tell a friend to tell 3 more friends. Los Amigos, league champions. Vaqueros, Rancho Alamitos, league champions. Possibly the La Quinta Aztecs, league champions for the first time since 1990. Tomorrow, catch the action live here on YouTube. I'm happy to bring you the action. We'll have Kaylin with us. We'll have Vincent with us. Dave's going to be with us. Let's see who else joins us. It's been a great night here, especially if you're a Lobo supporter. As Galindo still on his feet, gets taken down at the 16-yard line. Lobos back-to-back league champions, just like the Rancho Alamitos Vaqueros, and they did it in style with these brand new orange uniforms. Orange tops, orange bottoms. Haven't seen Los Amigos in orange in my lifetime. I don't think it's happened. I don't see any water jugs in players' hands yet. 22 seconds left to go here. Lobos just kneeling on the play. Lobos, and they've done it. It's going to be official in just 16 seconds. 2023 league champions, along with Rancho Alamitos, Vaqueros. David Mora for Dave Mamali, Kalen, and Vincent. We thank you for tuning in. We always appreciate our broadcast friends. Join us tomorrow night as we call the action from Bolsa Grande High School. Until tomorrow, I will see you later.